Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. Let's dive into English literature. My name is Vaishali Rathod and today we will solve Gujarat Set 2024 Paper 2 English Literature Part 2. Okay, so we have already seen 40 questions. Today we will solve another 40 questions. Okay, so let's begin. So we have first question on our screen. Question number 41. Dominique Lapierre wrote an appealing account of the sordid squalor of an Indian city. Now we have to identify the city. Okay, so option A Kolkata, option B Bombay, option C Madras, and option D Delhi. Okay, so the correct answer that we have is Kolkata. Okay, that he has talked about. Now, uh, Dominic Lapierre is also famous for his work called City of Joy. Okay, that is important one about him. Now another thing that is important about his work, that he has also written a work called Freedom at Midnight. Okay, that he has written, but that he has written with Larry Collins. Okay, that book was written in 1975. Okay, and another piece of work that again he has written with Larry Collins. I'll write here Larry Collins. Okay, so he has written O Jerusalem. Okay, they've jointly written it. Okay, we'll go by the next question here. Okay, so question number 42. Who wrote the poem The Gift of India and An Anthem of Love? Option A Kamla Das, option B Sarojini Naidu, option C Toru Dutt, or option D Arudat. Okay, so this poem, The Gift of India and An Anthem of Love, was written by Sarojini Naidu. Okay, in it she has talked about like it majorly she has discussed like how Indian they wish, okay, to dedicate their body, their soul, okay, to nation's freedom, that she has discussed. Okay, we'll go by the next question here. Okay, question number 43, sorry. Now, who wrote the hard hitting poem Sita Speak, indicating the society for the injustice meted out to women down the ages? So, this poem, now according to answer ki it is Beena Agarwal, but Beena Agarwal, she has done with gender and green governance majorly. Her books all about gender challenges, like she has written on the passing of an age poem that she is very famous for, 90, that is written in 1991. Okay, and she has majorly discussed the structures of patriarchy, okay, and the field of one's own. Okay, these are the books written by him, like Gender and Green Governance, Gender and Challenges, The Field One's Own, Structure of Patriarchy. But she has not written this work according to me, that what I have read. This work written by Toru Dutt. Okay, and Toru Dutt is not there in option we have, but it is Toru Dutt has written a poem Sita. There she has uh, taken Sita, okay, as an ideal female character that we have seen in Ramayana, and how she has compared her with some her condition with some other female condition that is in today's world. Okay, that what she has discussed. So according to the answer ki it is Beena Agarwal, but according to my sufficient knowledge it is Toru Dutt. We'll go by the next question here. Question number 44. Now, who's the first playwright in English to be awarded Sahitya Academy Award? Okay, option A Asif Kurimboy, option B Habib Tanvir, option C Mahesh, it's Mahesh Tendulkar, Option D, Mahesh Dattani. Okay. So the correct answer, we all know that in 1998, Mahesh Dattani has received Sahitya Academy Award for his work that he has written, Final Solution, Final Solutions and other play. Okay, so he has received Sahitya Academy Award. He is the first playwright. Okay, प्ले के लिए उनको साहित्य अकेडमी अवार्ड मिला इंग्लिश में. फर्स्ट इंडियन ऑथर टू रिसीव साहित्य अकेडमी अवार्ड फॉर हिज प्लेज, okay, written in English language. Okay, just like first novelist, okay, received, okay, received Sahitya Academy Award for his novels. That we have is R.K. Narayan for his The Guide in 1960. फर्स्ट इंडियन इंग्लिश ऑथर. तो याद रखना इंग्लिश आता है प्लस इंडियन भी आता है, इंडियन इंग्लिश. ओके, जस्ट लाइक अमृता प्रीतम, फर्स्ट फीमेल recipient of Sahitya Academy Award for his work, for his poem Sunehre. Okay, we'll go by the next question here. Question number 45. Which Indian poet passed away in the year 2024? Okay, so recently we know that K.K. Daruwala, he passed away. Okay, so the correct answer we have is A, K.K. Daruwala. We'll go by the next question here. Question number 46. In which of the following novels one does not portray a Gandhian age and the impact of Gandhi? Okay, so कौन सी नॉवल में गांधीयन एज के बारे में डिस्कशन या गांधी का इम्पैक्ट शो नहीं किया गया? सो बाय सीइंग द टाइटल, इनकलाब बाय के अब्बास इसमें है, इन ट्रांजिट बाय वेणु चिताले इसमें भी है. ओके, तो ये आंसर नहीं हो सकता. ओके, नाउ सी दिस ऑप्शन हियर, द डार्क रूम बाय R.K. नारायण. ओके, सो इन दैट वर्क पर्टिकुलरली, बाकी सारे वर्क में इट कुड है. ओके, बट इसमें नहीं है. ओके, इसमें गांधीयन एज का इम्पैक्ट नहीं दिखाया गया. सो द करेक्ट आंसर इज सी, कांतापुरा. कांतापुरा तो भर भर के इसमें गांधीयन एज का रेफरेंस और मिस्टर गांधी का इम्पैक्ट भी दिखाया गया है. द रिवोल्यूशंस के हाउ विलेजर्स कैसे फॉलो करते हैं ऑल है उसमें. सो द करेक्ट आंसर वी हैव इज सी, द डार्क रूम बाय R.K. नारायण. ओके, विल गो बाय द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Question number 47. Now, Baumgartner's Bombay is a novel about German Jew remains an outsider all his life in his country because he is a Jew, and in India where he is Ferengi. Now, who wrote this moving novel? Okay, so ये novel Baumgartner's Bombay किसने लिखी है? Okay, Vikram Seth, Nayanthara Sehgal, Ruth Pawar Zabbala. No, it is written by whom? Anita Desai. So this Baumgartner's Bombay is a 1988 novel. This is 10th novel of Anita Desai. Okay, and it tells the story of a German Jew, and his name is Hugo Baumgartner. Okay, now who feels the Holocaust to Bombay? Okay, so the correct answer we have is Anita Desai. We'll go by the next question. Question number 48. Now, Towards an Aesthetics of Dalit Literature is written by, who has written it? So, Towards the Aesthetics of Dalit Literature. Now, this work is originally published in Marathi language. Okay, in which year? In 2004. Okay, so now this Dalit aesthetics is based on the reality of human beings and the society in which they live. Okay, how they were being treated. Okay, so by seeing that it is first written in Marathi language, we know that Sharan Kumar Limbale is a Marathi writer here. So the correct answer is Sharan Kumar Limbale. Okay, we'll go by the next question here. Question number 49. Her short stories, including Kavach and A Childhood Tale, are widely read and form the part of the curriculum at various Indian universities. She is a prominent Indian Dalit feminist writer. Now, who is she? Okay, a prominent Indian Dalit feminist writer. Okay, so Sharmila Reje, Rekha Raj, Gugu Shyamla, they are not there. So the correct answer that we have is Urmila Pawar, because this Kavachan childhood tale are uh, written by him. Okay, we'll go by the next question. Question number 50. Now, who's the author of Ashtadhyayi? Ashtadhyayi किसने लिखा है? So, what is Ashtadhyayi? Ashtadhyayi is a grammar text that describes a form of Sanskrit language. Okay, तो वो अष्टाध्यायी है. Now, we all know that Patanjali famous for what? Yoga. Yoga Sutra. Okay. Now Bhartari, what he wrote? The Bhartari is famous for Shatak. That, and other than Shatak, he has written Niti, and Vairagya Shatak. Shatak, Niti, and this Vairagya Shatak. Okay. Shatak, Niti, and Vairagya. Okay. Now this Katyayana, now he is famous for the Vartikara. It's key. Okay. So the correct answer that we have is, I'll change the color of it. Okay. So the correct answer that we have is Panini. Okay. Panini is the author of Ashtadhyayi. And when it came in 350 BC. Okay. We'll go by the next question. Now, question number 51. The concept of displacement in language refers to A. The ability of language to express the abstract thoughts. B. The representation of sound through the symbols. C. The ability to communicate about things not present in the time and space. D. The structural flexibility of sentences. So, this concept, displacement, this concept of displacement was given by Sigmund Freud. Okay, but he was talking about dream when he has given that concept. So the concept of displacement in language was given by Charles F. Hockett. He has given it in 1960. He has given, and given by whom? Charles F. Hockett. It's C-K-E-T-T. Okay. So now what does this the concept of displacement in language refers to? So the ability to communicate about things that are not present in time and space is what the concept of displacement in language all about. Okay, so the correct answer that we have is this one, C. Okay. Now he proposed displacement as one of the 13 design features of language. Okay, that distinguish human language from animal communication systems. Okay, so that he has discussed. We'll go by the next question. Question number 52. The directive function of language is used primarily to. Now see this question again. The directive function of language. Now this directive function, it pays major attention to someone whom you are addressing. Okay, so it the question the directive function of language uses primarily to. Why it is uses? So the correct answer is the influence the behavior of others, because you are directing. It means the speaker needs the reaction from the hearer. स्पीकर सुनना चाहता है कि सामने देखना चाहता है कि सामने वाले का रिएक्शन कैसा होगा. ओके, दैट इज व्हाट डायरेक्टिव फंक्शन ऑफ लैंग्वेजेस. ओके, टू मेक समवन perform a particular type of action. Okay, so the aim of directive function is to convey the speaker's commands. Okay, what is the primary function of language? Primary function is communication. Referential function is to provide information. Directive function is, what does it mean? To influence the behavior of others with whom he or she is communicating. Okay, we'll go by the next question. Question number 53 in Chaucerian linguistic, signifiers refers to. So Chaucerian के linguistic के अंदर signifier क्या है? What is it? A, the sound or image used to convey meaning. B, the concept that a word represents. C, function of a word in a sentence. Or D, the grammatical rules governing a language. Okay, so the correct answer we have is the sound or image used to convey meaning. So here option A, correct answer we have. So what does this signifier is all about? So signifier could be any material thing like that signifies. Like example I'll give you. Suppose if some words I've written here, okay, the grammatical rules governing a language. So words on a page itself is a signifier. Facial expression, okay, an image, these are the signifiers. Okay, so the correct answer that we have is the sound or the image used to convey meaning is what Saussure's linguistic has he defined. Okay, we'll go by the next question. Question number 54. According to B.F. Skinner's behaviorist theory, language learning occurs through A, inherited grammar structures. B, social interaction. C, imitation, reinforcement, and habit formation. And D, cognitive development. So, according to B.F. Skinner's behaviorist theory, learning language, it occurs through imitation, reinforcement, and habit formation that he has discussed. What he said that according to him that language develops as a result of certain kind of behaviors like children they learn language directly from the experiences with their environment. जैसे कि एक बच्चा है तो if he is surrounded by other person that are there and he's playing with them or seeing them using Hindi language, so the child will naturally learn this language. Okay, that is what his theory proposed, that he has said कि जिस इन्वायरमेंट में बच्चा रहेगा वो लैंग्वेज वो ऑटोमेटिकली जब सारे बोल रहे हैं, इवन नॉट चाइल्ड ऑल्सो बट अडल्ट ऑल्सो, अगर हम एक साल के लिए किसी फॉरेन कंट्री में चले जाए, सारे लोग वहाँ इंग्लिश में ही बात कर रहे हैं, सो डेफिनेटली कुछ पर्सन हम सीखेंगे बाय सीइंग देम, बाय हियरिंग देम. ओके, जस्ट लाइक एक बच्चा कह रहा है कि आप अपने पेरेंट्स के सामने कह रहे हैं, ओके, और पेरेंट्स ने उसको उठा लिया गोद में, सो बच्चे को समझ आ गया कि अप मीन्स उसको उठाना है. सो भाई बच्चे ने अब बोला, पेरेंट्स ने उठाया उनको. ओके, सो तो ये अप का मीनिंग उठाना है, दैट इज़ वो रीइंफोर्स हो गया बच्चे के माइंड में. ओके, सो जब भी बच्चे को उठना होगा अपने पालने में से, तो वो अपने पेरेंट्स को बोलेगा, सो वो उठाएंगे क्योंकि वो उसका मीनिंग उसके माइंड में फिक्स हो गया है, उसको समझ में आ गया है. ओके, विल गो बाय द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. क्वेश्चन नंबर 55. A major criticism of the behaviorist view of language learning is that A, it does not account for the innate ability to form a complex utterance. B, it overemphasizes the role of social interaction. C, it ignores the importance of language in culture. D, it does not explain language reinforcement. Okay, so the major criticism of behaviorist view of language learning is that it does not account for the innate ability to form complex utterances, okay, because it uh, lack focuses on cognitive skills, okay. We'll go by the next question. Question number 56. Now, Chomsky's universal grammar theory is used to explain A. Why language are so diverse, B. How children acquire their native language without direct teaching, C. The role of external reinforcement in language learning, D. The influence of culture on language. So, the correct answer that we have is how children acquire their native language without direct teaching. Okay, Chomsky's universal grammar is used for that. Okay, because all languages hold similar structures and rules. Okay, we'll go by the next question. Question number 57. According to Jean Piaget, language acquisition is closely linked to A. The development of grammar, B. Cognitive development, C. Social interaction, and D. Formal instruction. So the correct answer we have is cognitive development. Okay, because Jean Piaget he has given theory of language acquisition, the cognitive theory of language acquisition that he has given, because he is the one, he has argued that a child has to understand a concept uh, before he or she can acquire a particular language from which expresses that concept. Okay, suppose if you give a child a number of sticks and he or she could arrange them in order of size. Okay, so the correct answer that we have is cognitive development. We'll go by the next question. Okay, question number 58. Now, bilingualism is defined as A. The ability to translate between two languages, B. Linguistic shift from one language to another, C. Using language creatively, D. The ability to speak two languages fluently. So, the correct answer that we have is the the ability to speak two languages fluently. Okay, the fluency in or use of two languages. Okay, we'll go by the next question. Question number 59. Functionalism in linguistics is primarily concerned with, okay, now see this question, functionalism in linguistics. Option A, the classification of language into families, B, the historical development of languages, C, how language is used in real life communication, and D, the innate structures governing language use. So the functionalism in linguistics is primarily concerned with, let me change the color, it is with how language is used in real life communication. Okay, we'll go by the next question. Question number 60. Which of the following best exemplifies a perlocutionary act? Now, what is this perlocutionary act? Perlocutionary act is basically it has मेन इंटेंशन टू इफेक्ट द बिहेवियर. जैसे कि आप किसी से बात कर रहे हो, आप किसी से कुछ कह रहे हो, बस बट उस इस इंटेंशन से कह रहे हो कि आपको सामने वाले का बिहेवियर में कुछ चेंज देखना है. ओके, कि आप जो बोल रहे हो उसका इफ़ेक्ट आपको सामने वाले पे दिखे. दैट इज़ व्हाट परलोक्यूशनरी एक्ट. जैसे कि आपने कुछ बोला, कुछ डरावना सा बोला, ओके, कोई स्कैरी सा एक्सप्रेशन दिया किसी सामने वाले इंसान को. तो जैसे कि आपने गुस्से से कुछ बोला, ओके, जैसे आपने कह दिया शट अप, अब सामने वाले के फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन पे यूल सी सम चेंजेस ना. जैसे कि आपने किसी को अंदर आने से रोका, सामने वाला नहीं आएगा, वो भी कोई एक्सप्रेशन देगा, कुछ बोलेगा. ओके, सो दैट इज़ व्हाट perlocutionary act is all about. Just like persuading, you are convincing something, you are scaring, okay, you are saying something that enlighten someone, okay, you are inspiring someone. Okay, जस्ट लाइक एक एग्जांपल दूँ, जैसे कि एक क्लास का एटमोसफियर है, ओके, और बच्चे ने होमवर्क नहीं किया। नाउ टीचर उसको पनिश करने के लिए आ रही है, और बच्चे ने एक स्माइली सा फेस बना के टीचर को कहा दैट आई प्रॉमिस टू डू माई होमवर्क, कि आज हो गया, कल से मैं अपना होमवर्क टाइम पे कंप्लीट करके लाऊंगा। नो, वट वॉज दैट चाइल्ड्स इंटेंशन तो यही होगा ना कि टीचर कन्विंस हो जाए कि उसको नहीं पीटे, और वो मान जाए टीचर, ओके, कि टीचर, so students want his teacher to believe that whatever he has said is the right one. So that is what an example of perlocutionary act, okay. So the best example for perlocutionary act is the listener's reaction to a command, okay. We'll go by the next question. Question number 61. Now, who coined the expression cultura enemy to mean the cultivation of the soul? Okay, so it is by Cicero. Okay, and this is how the term that culture today we have exists. This is given by Cicero, a Roman orator. Okay, we'll go by the next question here. Question number 62. Now, who founded the influential journal New Left Review in 1950s? Okay, so the correct answer that we have is Stuart Hall. Okay, we'll go by the next question. Question number 63. Cultural studies as a branch of formal academic study itself has its origin in option A, humanism, Marxism, feminism, or new criticism. Oh, okay, so we have the correct answer, Marxism. Cultural studies has its branch of formal academic study itself, okay, it origin is there in Marxism. We'll go by the next question. Okay, question number 64. Now, who introduced the concept of hybridity? Okay, Ejaz Ahmed, Homi Baba, Edward Said, Gayatri Spivak. Okay, so this is a very famous concept. Now, what does it this hybridity means? Hybridity is basically a mixture. जैसे हम नहीं कहते कि खाना हाइब्रिड है, ओके, अनाज का जो दाना है वो हाइब्रिड है, दाल हाइब्रिड है, ओके, वेजीज जो है वो हाइब्रिड है, नॉर्मल एक होती है, एक हाइब्रिड होती है, तो हाइब्रिड इज मिक्सचर, ओके. सो इन दिस कॉन्सेप्ट हाइब्रिडिटी इज द ब्लेंडिंग ऑफ कल्चर्स, identities, okay, practices that occurs in post-colonial context. That what Baba has said, hybridity. Just like Homi Baba said कि हम प्योर नहीं हैं, we are not pure, okay, we are hybrid, हम मिक्स है. Just like we can speak in language context like पहले जो थे वो प्योर थे, वो मिक्स नहीं थे. नाउ अभी जो है इन दिस एरा लाइक हम हिंदी भी बोल सकते हैं, हम अपनी नेटिव लैंग्वेज जो भी है, जस्ट लाइक मेरी गुजराती है, सो आई कैन स्पीक दैट ऑल्सो, आई कैन स्पीक हिंदी ऑल्सो, आई कैन स्पीक इन इंग्लिश ऑल्सो, ओके. सो हम क्या है, हाइब्रिड है. जस्ट लाइक इफ यू टॉक अबाउट फूड, हम रोटी भी खा सकते हैं, ओके, हम सैंडविचेस भी खा सकते हैं, ओके, हम हाइब्रिड है. तो हम क्या है, अकॉर्डिंग टू हिम हम बेटर है, हम दोनों चीज़ें कर सकते हैं, ओके. विल गो बाय द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. क्वेश्चन नंबर 65. इन 1964 cultural studies as a formal discipline was inaugurated with the establishment of, so Harvard is not, Oxford is not there, Cambridge is not there, so it is the Birmingham School, okay. We'll go by the next question. Question number 66. Now, who founded the Center for Contemporary Cultural Studies, CCCS, Okay, Raymond William, Richard Hogarth, Dennis Dworkin, or Stuart Hall. Okay, so the correct answer that we have is Richard Hogarth. He has founded the Center for Contemporary Cultural Studies. Okay, we'll go by the next question. Now, question number 67. Now, cultural Marxism in post war Britain, history, the new left, and the origin of cultural studies is written by whom? Okay, so simply it is written by Dennis Dworkin. The correct answer that we have is C. We'll go by the next question. Question number 68. Now, which among the following written by Stuart Hall? Stuart Hall ने कौन सा लिखा है? A. Contemporary Cultural Studies. B. The Making of English Working Class. So it is written by E.P. Thompson. So ये तो नहीं आएगा आंसर. Okay, ये तो कैंसिल हो गया. B. Now C. The Aftermath of Feminism. This is by Angela Robbie. तो ये भी नहीं आएगा. Angela. Okay. Now, option D, doing cultural studies, the story of Sony Walkman. So, this is a book written by Linda James and Paul Gay. ये है Paul Gay and Linda James. Okay. So, the correct answer that we have is contemporary cultural studies. This is written by Stuart Hall. Okay, we'll go by the next question. Question number 69. In 1994, Jeffrey Williams conducted an interview. Who has Jeffrey Williams? He has conducted an interview titled Questioning Cultural Studies. Now, what is the subtitle of it? Subtitle of that interview. So, it has an subtitle, an interview with Paul Smith. Okay, so D, correct answer that we have. Okay, we'll go by the next question. Now, question number 70. Counter hegemony refers to A. Rejection of all cultural norms. B. Cultural practices that resist the dominant ideologies. C. The elimination of high culture. Or D. Government-led resistance movement. Okay. So, the counter hegemony, it's about the cultural practices that resist the dominant ideologies is what counter hegemony is all about. Okay. So thank you for watching.